What the hell is that?
That would be my dick.
Why did your dick just shatter?
It does that sometimes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the GamesForum podcast. I am your host, Rolf Howard, as always. With me this week we have CatBug.
Hello.
And also with me we have, who is that? Who is that over there? Well, it's none other than Deus Ex Machina.
I think I knew that.
Oh, okay, well we knew that, but the audience at home didn't know that. That's why I had to build it up a little bit. But where have you been, Eric? It's been like 3 weeks since you've last...
It's like you were about to say 3 winters.
Yeah.
Well, a week and a half in the UK and then another week and a half of bad internet, I guess.
What have you been doing? Why did you go to the UK for? Why did you leave your home?
This is not my home. I'm an immigrant here. But I left for an anime expo.
Ooh, do tell.
I bought a load of stuff and I even cosplayed, and it was pretty funny for the simple reason that every time I got asked for a photo, I had to have a shot.
Really?
Yeah, let's just say by midday it was pretty bad.
Bloody hell.
I done that on the Saturday. I didn't do it any other day because I really did not want to, because in all honesty it ruined the Saturday evening when I was literally just flat out.
Who did you cosplay as?
Let's see. I attempted Tony Stark. That sort of didn't work on the Saturday for the reason I just said. I done a good job of a basketball player from an anime, and then on the other one I was just lazy and done a casual version of him with a hoodie on.
Sounds alright.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
No, I've often thought about if I were to ever cosplay as someone, I've been thinking, who would I do it? Honestly, I'm not exactly the most skinny person. I'm not obese or anything.
Yeah.
I'm imagine Jack Black, if you will, that kind of build. But so I was thinking.
Except you're not funny.
I'm pretty much the same in build wise.
Yeah. But, so I was thinking, who would I cosplay if I ever was going to cosplay? And I thought I would cosplay as Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal. Now I don't know how I'm going to set my hair on fire and manage to keep it that way, but
Who's the clown? Is that the clown, or is there a different...
yeah, that's the clown from Twisted Metal.
Oh, yeah, at the expo there was a really good cosplayer of him, for the simple reason he was a bit oversized. As in, he was the perfect build for him. I mean, yeah, it was brilliant. We also had another, oversized guy do the Fat Controller from Thomas the Tank Engine. That was brilliant.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
So what about you, bro? If you were to ever cosplay as someone, who would you cosplay as?
That's just a good question.
Cosplay. Yeah, by the way, just so you know, this at the expo there was actually cosplayers from bands, as in one was the Paramore girl.
Oh, I bet she was hot.
She actually done it pretty good as well. That was a good thing.
I find Hayley Williams incredibly attractive.
I changed my mind. I'd actually cosplay as Ronnie Radke and see how much hate I get.
I try and cosplay as Chris Redfield, but I don't have the same size of neck as him.
You mean the same size as muscle as him? Because his neck is a lot thicker. His muscles are a lot thicker than his neck.
But
it's unreal.
The cosplayers that dominated this year's expo was people in Pikachu onesies and people as
I'm
Peter
sorry.
Bear.
Sorry. A onesie does not count as fucking cosplaying. I really don't count it as that. They're fucking pajamas, essentially.
It's like when a balloon. It's like when a clown does a balloon animal, and they just
Well,
say it's a snake.
technically, as long as you're dressing up as, it technically does count still. Even though how they're doing it, it still technically counts.
Well, then they're cunts.
Oh well. So, you don't know who you'd cosplay as, would you, Brett?
To be honest, I don't know if I would. You know, I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
If I did it for the fun,
I'm pretty
honestly,
sure I would like to cosplay, but you know, I probably won't ever get the opportunity to. Then again, there is Summer of Sonic this year, which I'm planning on going to, and I might.
Are you going to dress up as Sonic?
I could. I'd be classic Sonic because he is fat and small, and that is me.
I honestly don't know who I'd cosplay as.
Well, get back to us on that one.
But I'm black.
You're not black.
You wish I was black.
You're
No.
crispy.
Right. So, how about that gaming podcast that we were talking about? Right. What have we been playing this week? As you're returning, Deus, how about you start?
Well, what I've mainly actually been playing is an Android game, or rather an iOS game. But FPS Russia, who some people might know, I guess,
I've heard of him.
on YouTube, decided he'd ask his subscribers to fund a game. And it's basically this game where you've got loads of weapons, vehicles, and it's literally you're running across building tops shooting enemies. And it's really simple but addictive because you've got challenges to complete to get more money and to buy more stuff. And unlike most of the Android games where it's like, oh, if you want to do this faster, you have to pay.
Yeah.
This one's actually, it's easy to buy what you want without paying for it. And actually just racking up the coins, basically, the in-game money to actually buy all the weapons. I haven't actually used it, and I've basically played it that much. I've got the weapons I've wanted, pretty much. But it's really simple, but really addictive.
What is this game called?
FPS Russia, the game.
Oh,
It's
okay.
literally just his name and then the game. I've also been playing Catherine,
Alright.
which as you saw earlier was pissing me off because this boss level was annoying and I
Heard.
gave up and turned
Not saw.
yeah. Heard that. And then I turned off my PS3 in a fit of rage and just decided I was not going to play that for the rest of the night.
So honestly, I think you somehow managed to blind us with the sound.
It's not my fault my mic's sensitive.
So's mine, but you don't hear me bitching about cocks.
Well, it might-
My TV volume was on 1 and you could still hear it. That's how sensitive
That was
my mic
on
is.
1. Are you kidding? It sounded like there was it sounds like it was coming out of like concert speakers.
Right, it was on 1.
Mhm.
And then I decided I'd mute it.
Oh well.
Yeah, that's all I've been playing. I think.
Alright. That's pretty cool. Is Catherine still free on PlayStation Plus, or did they update that?
I think it might have been taken off now.
Oh yeah, because I know it updates every month. I just
But some
it's
games
weird
don't.
that because like some games are still on there. Like War in the North is actually still on there, I think.
And they've got. Go on.
Well, I remember it was on for 1 month, then it was still on for the next one. So
Yeah.
so I was.
There
wondering
was
if
Little Big Planet too.
Well, Little Big Planet 2's been on there for ages. Like I got that back in like August.
Dead or Alive 5 as well, but I think Dead or Alive 5 came off this month, but had been on there like a couple of months.
Yeah.
But this time we've got Kingdom of the I don't know.
Kingdom
KOA basically, whatever that stands for.
Yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur. I have that 360.
That was a good game.
And
Game.
and the first Demon Souls are the ones we've got this month.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
I will get around to downloading them when the technician guy comes and changes the box and I hopefully get a better connection. Which should be Friday.
Alright. I guess I'll move on to what I've been playing. I got a new game the other day.
Tell me it.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates of Infinity on the 3DS. And it's not a fantastic game. It's a good game. Just good. I give it this is like only first impressions at the moment, but I'd give it a 7, I'd say, as first impressions, but there are a lot of things in that game that really do annoy me. Like, I played this game for about 3 hours now, and the first hour, the gameplay to cutscene story ratio is probably on par with Metal Gear.
A lot of gameplay, little thing?
The exact opposite, Red.
So, too many
There's lots
cutscenes
of
is little
cutscenes
gameplay.
and dialogue and not enough gameplay in the first hour. It's ridiculous, and it's not even like decent quality writing you've got here. It's just, it's there, but for some reason they need to unnecessarily over-explain everything. Which is really stupid, and I just wish I could just skip the cutscenes in that game, because I've seen this before. I can figure it out. Like, this is the thing. Like, there was this one incident in the game where you were about to return this quest item to someone, but then someone bumps into you. You don't realise that, and then you go to the quest giver, and you can't find the items. So, that person bumped into me. I can't give back the items. What possibly could have happened?
They disappeared.
Yeah, they must have disappeared out of thin air. So we run around for about 5 minutes to find, that person took them. And that was 5 minutes of cutscene right there. For something that just seems so obvious. That's one of the annoyances I've got with it.
Who the fuck is Skyping me?
Anyway, that's one of the problems. But that's the thing, like, it over-explains, everything that's, it doesn't need to be explained so many times over to get the point, But then there's these ridiculous elements which the game barely tells you about. Like, what you do in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, the entire series has been, this thing where it would you go into a dungeon and it would randomly generate, dungeons inside, so you'd have to go to various points here and there in the dungeon and eventually make your way through it. And every level is randomly generated, so it's got random Pokemon here and there, and it's got all this kind of stuff. But this one stage, which has a fixed floor, the only fixed floor I've seen so far, where it doesn't change no matter how many times you go to it. And on this floor you have this red door. Now, this red door, you need a very, very certain type of key to get into, which contains rare treasure. And I thought, I have a red key now, I can go open this up. You know what's in there?
An Oranberry.
No, even worse, it's a fucking Braviary that just comes and one-shots me. That's the worst fucking treasure ever. That's one thing that they don't bother explaining. Just, you have a red key, this can open a red door. What's behind the red door? We won't fucking tell you.
That's why it's Mystery Dungeon.
I bet it's like that with every door as well.
That's why it's called Mystery Dungeon, though.
Yeah, but I would have at least liked a warning, and especially as the game over-explains everything anyway. I kind of expected it to tell me a little bit. But that's not the only thing that's horrible about this system. Like, there was also this incident where, in Mystery Dungeon, at a certain point, you begin to start recruiting Pokemon you battle. So,
yeah.
There's 2 of you on the team at the moment, but, slowly you'll recruit others, and, I got a Mincino and a Woobat, on it, and, I went to this stage. It was a little higher than the, 2... the Mincino and the Woobat could actually handle, because they were only level 5 and 3, and the place I went to was about level 7. They should have handled it, but the thing is, we were against this Litwick, which one-shotted the Woobat. You know what happens? The Woobat dies, it's fine, But then the Litwick evolved right in front of us, and it became far too strong for us to actually beat it, and we died.
Pokemon logic. Everything evolves apart from you.
And obviously when you die, you lose all your items. So, that's a thing. But, like...
You've been having a lot of fun.
It's still strangely fun for some reason. Like, it's got very good visuals. I'll give it that. It's, got this very unique art... Well, I wouldn't say unique art style, but it's got a very colourful graphic to it, which it really does stand out. And the 3D effects do sort of work. It's not amazing 3D you've got on there, but it's still doable. Now, I've been having fun with that. What else have I been playing? Standard stuff, I guess. Yeah, just standard stuff. You know, Marvel vs. Capcom, PlayStation All Stars, probably. I say probably because I think I've played PlayStation All Stars this week. I could be wrong, but I probably have. I don't know. I guess that's it. Hey, Brad.
Yeah.
Did you get the Elder Scrolls Online?
No. Sadly, they sent out the next wave of beta keys and I never got it.
Oh.
But it could happen later, like I still have a chance of getting the later keys that they're bringing in.
Mm-hmm. Right, well, tune into next week, folks, and Brad might have the beta keys.
No, they won't be for some time.
Tune into another podcast.
yeah, do that.
Alright, what have you been playing, Brad?
Well, Steam done one of their common, not so common Steam sales, where they were selling Sid Meier's Civilization 5, the Gold Edition, which is every single DLC plus the expansion, for £7. So I bought that and I've been playing the living shit out of it.
That sounds like a really good deal.
It is, and the extra things that come with it and the expansion make it a really good game, because they add things into the expansion, like they change how the thing plays completely, and it's just made it a lot better than what it was as far as I'm aware. But it's a really fun game. You do have to spend your time in it. I'll say that, but it's definitely worth the time you spend in it. I'm currently playing it right now.
Good. Like, I think I've played a bit of Civilization before. I think it was one of the earlier ones, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but have you played 2 at all?
No, the only other one I played was Revolution, which was for the Xbox. Well, it was one of the games. It was for the Xbox and PS3 and whatnot.
Oh, right.
But I played that. That was about as good as it gets, and it's a lot easier to play on the PC. It's better laid out as well. But the amount of like different civilizations that came out eventually, as far as I'm aware, there was actually just a small amount in the first part. You know, it didn't seem like there was much variety, but as the DLCs came out and whatnot, it was just there's a lot basically.
So there's lots to play with, I suppose. Then.
Yeah, there is. There's you know, right now I'm playing a game as the Romans, and there's about I'm playing against Attila the Hun, Genghis Khan, the Austrians, Elizabeth for England, the Iroquois, America, the Netherlands, and there's a few others. I hate the Iroquois because they've been settling like fucking Gandhi. They have, like, I got my capital and I've got 2 other cities and they're rather close by, and if you look at the map, there's just a massive plot of it, and it's a pretty big map, a massive plot just covered with the Iroquois, and I'm actually kind of scared by them. It's really scary because they have way too many people for my liking. Yeah, but it's a fun game. It requires a lot of time to it, but yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
I did also get Portal 2 for the PC, because I have already played it and completely different thing for the Xbox version of it, but you can do a lot more with the PC, to my belief, and it just seems better.
Yeah.
Plays a lot better, really, in my opinion.
Well, that determines on your PC, probably.
And that, yeah.
Yeah.
My PC's probably not as strong as my Xbox, but it just feels a lot better.
Yeah. My PC's a big pile of shit, to be honest. It probably wouldn't play Portal, but like you can play, like simple stuff like Team Fortress 2 and Warcraft, but nothing like massive, you know. No, I suppose this thing's really good. I suppose this thing's good. I might get a proper gaming PC one day, but I know I just feel more at home with consoles,
Wait, what?
I just feel a lot more comfortable with consoles, to be honest, over PCs.
All depends on your playstyle, honestly.
Yeah, like I'm not used to having a screen so in my face unless I'm actually holding it, like a handheld console. But having my laptop on my lap, obviously, I'm not used to having the mouse next to me on one side and then just staring at the screen. I'm not used to that. I'm more used to watching my TV from afar while I've got the controller in my hand and just playing it from there.
Yeah.
It's an odd little thing, really, but it's just me, to be honest. I think it's just me.
It does really depend on it, to be honest, though. But
I mean, do you prefer consoles or PC?
I'm in the middle. I like them both as equally. I like having that bit of distance when playing my Xbox and whatnot, and the fact that I can just sort of relax my arms and whatnot, not having them held up all the time. That's my only downside with PC. Is that like the way my desk works, my right arm's sort of raised a bit more, and my keyboard's down below, so my right arm takes a bit of strain sometimes. But they're about equal.
And what about you, Eric? I mean, Deus. Do you prefer to play consoles?
Console. Well, it depends, obviously, because when it comes to like meta games like League of Legends, Dota, and all that, if they put them type of games onto the console, I wouldn't be able to play them. But any other sort of games, I'm more console than computer.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. I stumbled upon the on a old Sonic game, and I got an emulator for it for the PC. There was this game called Sonic 3D Blast. It was known for being terrible, and the PC controls really didn't help this. Sonic 3D Blast is so uncontrollable with the PC controls. You've only got you only move up, right, left, and down, and you can move sideways. Well, obviously that's a bit awkward with the keyboard pad, and you have to move sideways a lot in this game. You have to move diagonally a lot, and it really is awful. Just everything about that game. It has a classic Sonic feel, but the controls are just so damn atrocious, and I wish there was just some controller support, which I think there was, because I think it was for the Saturn they released Sonic 3D Blast as well, but other than that, it's just it's a shit game. It is a really shit game. Oh well. I guess we'll move on to gaming news then. Alright, I've only got 3 pieces of news articles this week, which, because obviously there's lots of big E3 news that we're not discussing until later. We're doing, this week is just the regular podcast, but on Friday we're going to be recording the big E3 podcast, which we'll figure something out for it, so, yeah. Alright, so the first piece of news I have is more Xbox One news, because we can't get enough of that.
Yay!
The Xbox One, there has been a list made for the supported Xbox Live countries. These countries include, in alphabetical order, Australia, Austria, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Ireland, Italy, Mexico, Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Russia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, United Kingdom, and United States.
That's a big list.
Yeah, you'll notice that they didn't actually say Japan.
Why?
Again, I'm not really surprised because Japan is not really much of an Xbox-orientated country for obvious reasons.
And Mexico is.
Well, Japan is mainly Sony. If I remember rightly, Xbox only sold 20,000 units in Japan.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
And compared to I think it sold about 8 million PS3s.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I'm just thinking. I feel like they've missed out on a country. Missed out on a country that would buy a lot of like maybe they got Spain, but they haven't got Portugal or something like that. I'm not sure if they're very Xbox heavy down there. They're probably not, but even at that, I still think they should have been included.
I mean, here and when I was in school, and most of the people I talked to were PS3 orientated, for the simple reason it was free. So, and I mean, they're just the people that are like, oh wait, you have to pay for it. I'm not getting it.
Well, I'm going to be surprised if anyone wants to actually physically pay for an Xbox One.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few people like, oh my god, paying for online. I mean, as long as it's worth it. I mean,
yeah, I would gladly pay for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, exactly. I'm paying for it right now because two free games a month.
You can't get better than that, to be honest.
Yeah.
The problem, the big thing I've always loved about PlayStation 3's online capabilities, and always hated about Xbox 360's. Like 360, you have to pay online to be. You get everything, but you have to be on. You have to pay to be online. And with PlayStation 3, you don't have to pay to have all the online features. They give you it. They give you that for free. But if you do pay, you get benefits out of it. Rather than Xbox saying
don't mention benefits here.
It's like everything or nothing with Xbox, and it really does feel like an actual plus membership.
Yeah.
With
I mean, imagine if you've got a Vita and all that. When you can think about it, it's like you get 2 free Vita games as well and all that on PSN Plus. So it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
I will say, I mean, I don't have a PS3 myself, and what's it,
PlayStation.
What is it? Is it PSN Plus or is it just PS Plus?
It's just PS Plus. Well, I'm going to call it that.
But, well, that seems really, really, worth it.
Plus,
and you just all of a sudden see Xbox all of a sudden going, we're going to give you 2 free games, bearing in mind these games are extremely old, and ones that people have most likely already completed.
They're not extremely old. I mean, sure, people have probably completed
Halo 3 is probably the oldest one. That's,
Yeah,
it's
but I mean,
easier for something a bit closer,
What PS Plus does as well gives you access to all betas.
Yeah, I got the beta for PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale a month before the game actually came out, and I was really happy with that. Also, not only it gives you discounts and free games every month. I think it does something else as well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but oh well.
It does a few other things, but that was the main one I saw. Other than the obviously 2 free games. Mm-hmm. And in theory, it's basically cheaper than Xbox Live.
Mm-hmm.
But, maybe not by that much, but still.
Yeah.
A fair bit.
Right, so that was that news. Next piece of news I got is Michael Pachter, famous video game analyst, just before Sony's E3 conference, he basically made the statement that the PS Vita is dead.
Is it?
I can't. I doubt it for the simple reason of how hard they're working on integrating it into the PS4.
He says that, to quote, sure there will be the occasional game, but the market's dominated by smartphones, 3DS, Vita's too hardcore.
I disagree with that.
He told game trailers that, this is a quote, official quote saying, Sony will try and revitalize Vita, but it'll fall flat.
Revitalize.
Revitalize. I get it. Pact has also said Sony's desire to have a PS Vita work as a comparison device to the PlayStation 4 will fail, stating that while Sony may want that, he doesn't think that matters, advising users to just buy an extra controller if they want multiplayer experiences, and he basically said writing the system off as a gimmick.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure as well what would be good about the Vita is the fact that, let's say you have the PS4, for example, in the living room, and someone wants the TV, you can just swap it over to your Vita.
You can do that.
Yeah, basically, it's just... There's not many good aspects about it, or handy ones, but that's handy one, I guess.
I will be halfway with that. That is a pretty good feature, but I just don't feel like
it won't be used
gamer
much.
would actually want that. I think a hardcore gaming audience, is roughly the age of 16 to, I don't know, 25.
And they'll have it in their own room.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Don't die.
Yeah, that's really annoying. I got a cold last weekend, and I think I got it from Patch from the last podcast, because he had a cold, and therefore that makes sense.
His eyebrows were on the floor, so if you start falling, you know what to do.
You've got an internet cold from him.
Yeah, an internet cold.
It's been a Trojan horse, and it's just all of a sudden propped up.
Oh well, but anyway, as I was saying, like I say, a hardcore gaming audience, I don't think would actually want to use that as much as Sony thinks they want to use that. That's one of the main gimmicks. But I just don't feel like they're going to use it. They're going to use that feature a lot. Hold on, I'm going to get a drink of water. This cough is really irritating me. Talk amongst yourselves.
Right. How are you doing? This is going to be the downfall of the podcast right here. What the fuck is this? Oh yeah, look at all that coal.
Nice. What's happening?
Ross went away to do shit.
Oh.
He's went to get a glass of water.
What should we say then?
Don't do drugs.
You, Brad.
Don't do drugs.
Drugs are very bad.
Unless it's medicinal.
Or you're in the game.
Yes.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
We were telling the children not to do drugs.
Unless they're in games.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine then.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, so
Yes. Or whether they have their parents' consent.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, I'm at Quebec. I'm gonna bomb that place.
Last piece of gaming news that I have, it's a little bit of good news. There's a new Warhammer 40k MMO in the works. From Quebec-based developer Behavior Interactive comes Warhammer 40k Eternal Crusade, a wholly new MMORPG persistent war experience, quote-unquote, that's coming out in 2015.
Maybe I'll have a strong enough PC for it.
Yeah, maybe I will too by then. But,
maybe everyone will.
here's some of the details that have been listed. Like, I'm reading this off of Kotaku's article on it. Experience the game world with third-person, behind-the-shoulder action featuring precision gunplay and brutal melee contact with excruciating finishes. That sounds a lot like Warhammer Space Marine, which came out, I think it was 2011? Space Marine. I did like that game.
For me personally.
Space Marines was fucking brilliant.
Oh,
I didn't play much.
The actual franchise is good, but the actual game that came onto consoles was not good. And then they had that arcade game version type, arcade game.
It was awful. But,
that was just...
I really did like Space Marine. I remember me, Marlin, and Genesix on the forum, we really obsessed about it back when it first came out, and we loved it.
I didn't like the console version.
I loved
it was pretty good. I loved the different, the customization of everything you could do with it. It was really nice.
Yeah, I remember one time me and Marlin, because there's this thing called the Thunder Hammer in Warhammer, which is like this two-armed massive sledgehammer, which is just coated in lightning, and we styled our Space Marines to look like Hammer Bros from Mario, and it was cool. It was really cool.
Sounds it.
Just want to read more details. Participate in a persistent online war to conquer the planet. Its fate is completely in the hands of the player.
Ooh. I like the player.
Become a warrior from one of 4 initial factions, each unique and opposed to one another. Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, Orcs, and Eldar. Very good choices, I'd say. Participate in truly massive conflicts that simultaneously bring thousands of players to bear over territories and other strategic resources. Get behind the controls of Space Marine Rhinos, Predators, Orc battle wagons, and other iconic vehicles from the 41st millennium.
Alright, I'll be right back, one sec.
Okay. Hack through generally challenging procedural content alongside your battle brothers and never have the same experience twice. This is sounding very pretentious.
Yeah, a bit pretentious like that 6 billion sales from Xbox One.
And that everything about Peter Molyneux, but
yeah.
Earn the right to customize your builds and deep progression system, drawing on the rich Warhammer 40,000 universe. And lastly, found a battle squad with friends and prepare for conflict from your customized shared space in orbit. Then drop down on the planet together and seek out glory.
Glory. Doesn't sound too bad. They are sort of milking it a little bit with that, but I suppose that's what you have to do when you're releasing a game.
It does sound really good. I'll admit, if they could somehow integrate the Warhammer Space Marine gameplay to a massive online thing.
Space Marines.
Yeah, a big, massive online world. That would be fantastic. I would play the shit out of that.
Yeah.
If I got a good PC. But no.
What I'd be looking forward to... Well, I'm going to bring in some slight E3 news.
Just once. Just a little leakage.
It's that they're planning to put Elder Scrolls Online onto the consoles, and I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not. It seems a bit in the middle for me, because I personally feel that MMOs are designed for, the computers. That's where they started, and the problem with Defiance was the massive updates you have to undertake, and from what I experienced with my Xbox and a good internet speed, but it's Wi-Fi, it can take ages to download things. That's going to play into people's hands in a sort of in the middle way. But I know the reason that they're doing it with Elder Scrolls Online. It's probably going to be one of the first or the first, I honestly don't know. But they're implementing a first-person view into it, so you can play it like Skyrim. So they've put that into it, and it's supposedly just to help people in on the consoles, but I'm not sure if it will be good enough for the consoles. So yeah.
Alright. That's it for game news then. No, I am genuinely excited about the idea of a Warhammer MMO. Like, I
It
think
does
it's
sound
happened,
pretty damn good with that news.
I think it's happened before, but I don't think it actually turned out that well. So, hopefully this one really nails it. So I do really like the Warhammer 40k universe. I've never actually gotten into the tabletop game. My brother did back in the day, but he liked to collect and paint the models, but he never actually do anything with them.
Actually, one of my teachers at school was like that.
Yeah.
He had the little, like, the war scene set up.
Like I was
both
I was
sides.
very young when my brother started collecting Warhammer. I thought it looked
You
really
shoved them
cool.
up your nose, didn't you?
No. Probably did, but I'm gonna say no for now. But then my brother tried to get me into the actual tabletop game, and I couldn't understand it at all.
You were just a kid. It's fine, Raw. It's fine.
Yeah, I know I was just a kid, but even at that, I would have liked to have known. But I'm somewhat interested. I do pop in Games Workshop from time to time, and I see a couple of guys playing. Obviously, they're really greasy and probably have hair down to their ass, but
That's nice.
yeah. But it does look interesting, like having a whole world there, just a fully beautifully crafted map of kind of man-made looking battlefield in front of you. It does really stand out, and I really like it, and I love the lore behind Warhammer. So
it was a bit awkward when I come back and all I heard was about
Sweaty
people.
asses.
greasy people having hairs down to their ass, probably. I mean, is that your sort of fetish or something?
no, we're talking about Warhammer.
I figured that much after a while.
But no. Has anyone got a Lutosh quote?
Shit, I don't.
Something about bread not using punctuation throughout the whole thing. That's the only thing I've realised from him.
Oh no, not me. It would have been Willow.
No, he actually said you. For some reason, he actually quoted yeah. Can't remember what Fred. I think.
Oh no. He quoted me and then added on that he didn't use punctuate. That was it.
Oh. Okay.
Because I thought he was talking about me as well. I'm like, wait, I did use punctuation. What is this? Yeah.
Well,
that's about
so
it.
we don't have a Lutosh quote this week then.
Fuck you, Lutosh.
Lutosh is Lutosh.
I played Doritos Crash Course with him.
Oh yeah?
His avatar we named Uncle Phil.
Did he disconnect?
What's he?
Did you disconnect?
Many times. Well, actually, no. We didn't, actually. We did when I was playing with a friend of mine.
Because I've heard his connection goes tits up after like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, we were playing earlier than that, I believe.
Right. Though Lutosh does not have a quote, he does have some questions.
Yay!
First question is, prove to me that you're not all just a concussion of my own imagination. How do we prove that?
I live in Scotland.
If I punch my laptop, can you feel it? Or if I just do this? Did you feel that?
To be honest, actually, the things that his little brother has threatened me with over Xbox will prove to him that I'm not a figment of his imagination. Like, his brother is quite young. I don't know how old. I'd say from like 7 up to 12. And he's the most disturbed kid I know.
Yeah, but maybe they're both a bit loony, so they like agree to each other. So maybe you're not real. Maybe they're just agreeing to it because they're both synced and both.
Yeah, I was gonna say he is probably demented, but then again, his brother is Lutosh we're talking about here.
Yeah.
This is the man who thinks it's great when new members come in to get the baked beans and the tweezers. It's that guy, you know?
No, they say evolution normally is better, but in the case of his brother, the insanity's got worse.
Like, honestly, like, Lutosh is his own person. He's crazy. His brother is like 20% worse.
Alright, his other question is, why is the internet full of people who are too stupid to use the correct punctuation, spelling, and grammar?
Because some
Because
people
fuck
can't-
logic.
Because some people are cunts.
I generally think it's because a lot of people that use the internet are dyslexic, like really young when it comes to the internet, and fucking stupid.
In it blood.
Exactly, those kind of people.
People from,
we do have a-
like,
we do
places
have a,
like Hull,
yeah, I was about
farms.
to say we do have an example on the forum, Wild Eggy, who he's an alright guy, but you know, obviously he is dyslexic, and well, most times he will have a spelling error in his
Some of which can be funny.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will
Like,
admit.
I remember the days when he said someone commented on his spelling, and he says, yeah, he tried to spell alcoholic, and
Auschloik.
yeah, I'm an Olschlick. It's just, it
I
can
remember
be
that
funny,
was your,
but sometimes, like, I'm a victim of this as well. Sometimes I'm in a rush to type something, and I'll get the spelling error here and there, you know, just out of just sheer rushing to do a post. But
Everyone suffers from that.
yeah, it's just, you know, sometimes it just happens. Which, well, we have an edit button, so just fucking change it, please.
Do you know what's... Why this is Lutosh who asked the question? Do you want to know the best thing about Lutosh?
What's that?
He can't say where he lives in the chat box.
Oh,
Why?
really? What does he say?
He can't because it says Scunthorpe.
Oh,
And it,
yeah.
and it has
Yeah.
It takes cunt into consideration.
so whenever people are like, where are you from? All he replies with, I can't say it, it's censored.
They're gonna think that he lives in a place that is cuntland. That's just it. It's just going to be known as cuntland.
It's literally S-Thorpe. That's basically what it says, S-Thorpe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anyone that's not in Britain wouldn't know where that is. Right, wouldn't guess that it's Scunthorpe.
We don't have a lot of foreign members. We should branch out to Japan.
We should.
'Cause then they could only talk to you.
Yeah, like we could branch out to Japan while on the Xbox One is getting on that action. So
Have you seen some of the Japanese forum boards though?
I have
Do I
not.
want to know what they're like?
No, you don't. They're not normal.
Well, duh. It's
Well,
Japan.
neither are we.
It's full of lolly stuff.
That's scary as shit.
And that's not lollipop either.
I know what lolly is, and yeah, I don't think I want to visit those Japanese forums. Alright, I guess this is the last question. It's actually not on the thread, but it's on the chat box. Ride the Walrus asks, what is your favourite brand of bread?
Oh, that's actually a
The
tough
one that doesn't serve.
To those outside the forum, CatBug's former name was Bread Don't Surf.
Oh, I actually don't know. What are the brands? There's
Hovis, there's
Hovis,
Tesco's Value.
Tesco's
I'm going to
Valley,
be
yeah.
so stereotypical with mine. So stereotypical.
Warburton,
Baguette.
that's another one. Get out of here, Frenchie.
That's a type of bread product. That's not a brand of bread.
Yeah, but we don't buy brands of bread over here. We literally just go to the bread shop and ask for a baguette.
Fair enough.
The baguettes come in loaves.
I do like Hovis. I mean, it's like thick Hovis.
I think I've not
bread.
had Hovis in a while. I might go buy some.
Like every morning, I wake up to have my my jam toast to pop the pop Hovis in my toaster, and I think to myself, just Hovis.
Kingsmill is good.
Yeah, Kingsmill's pretty good.
Oh, actually, yeah, Kingsmill's my favourite. I think, though, there's one other thing we have to discuss, and that was the massive burn Sony gave Microsoft.
Oh yeah.
Do that YouTube video.
Is this
The biggest burn produced by man.
This technically isn't.
Not really. It's just them talking about the fact that you can use pre-owned games
Yeah.
and share them.
Yeah. The official story, the official video was basically two guys from Sony. I can't remember their names at all, but they
One
made
was
a step-by-step guide how to share your games on the PlayStation 4. It's a half a minute video where these two guys are just like this is how you share your games on the PS4. Then it's like step one, sharing the game, and he just gives the game to the guy next to him. He's just like, thanks.
And then there's
was that.
Go on.
Sorry.
No, go on.
Then there was that guy who edited a wiki page talking about how there was a page dedicated to like burn centers, and it started with Arizona and whatnot in the United States, and it says Sony Entertainment. This burn center was recently produced for Microsoft employees wishing to get their treatments after the massive burn Sony gave them, which I just think is fucking hilarious.
That's why it's brilliant to actually look at Wikipedia, because people are going to edit the page. That's also why teachers say never use Wikipedia.
That's why teachers tell me never to go on the internet.
I'll be honest, like, some people looked at that video and thought, wow, that was pretty juvenile of Sony to do, which,
But it was brilliant.
It was brilliant, and I do generally think that Xbox One deserved that.
Oh, they do. Microsoft in general deserve that.
Yeah, they really deserved that.
Sony were dicks for doing that, but it was just so brilliant nonetheless.
Like, they truly deserve it, because the Xbox One is such a bad idea in general. Like, they're trying. I've never heard of a console which literally makes it so when you buy it with your own money, it feels like you don't actually own the console. It's more like staying at a hotel than buying a house. You don't own it. You're just there, and it's watching you, so you don't steal anything.
Personally, right. Obviously, the Xbox One is perfectly fine for me in a sense. I'm not saying I'm going to get it, I don't want it. But if someone was in my shoes, I always buy brand new games. No one else uses my console, and I always do have an internet connection at least once a day. So if for someone like me, it wouldn't bother me. I don't like it, and I'm not going to get the Xbox One until like probably a couple of years after release.
Until they fix it.
Well, no, even then, if they don't fix it, I'll still get it at one point eventually when the price goes down. But by the looks of it, I am going to buy the PS4 first.
It's too damaged for me to buy it. Like, they announced this is E3 news again, but it's hard not to say E3 when
just
E3
include a bit. It doesn't
on.
really matter.
Yeah, they announced Killer Instinct 3 and various other
Do you know what I heard about that?
Huh?
I might have misread the article, but I'm pretty sure on IGN they said you only have one free fighter.
Yeah,
the rest you have to pay for.
Really isn't good. But then again, the game's free to play anyway. But
okay. Then that's
even at that, just it sounds crazy. Like
they want your money.
Yeah, they do want your money, and it generally doesn't feel like from the sounds of things, you don't own the console. It's like they have to check up on you every now and then. It kind of feels like prison.
You're just sitting there, and all of a sudden a little paper clip from one of the Microsoft applications comes up. Hey, you feel like watching a bit of TV on the Xbox? That's what it'll be. That's exactly what it'll be.
No.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
What's that?
You get like great people born in your cities, which are like great merchants, scientists. Each have their own individual things that can help you build your cities and whatnot.
Civilization you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
And as the eras go on, these people change sometimes, and I love this. The great merchant started out as just a guy on a camel, and when you hit the industrial area, he's driving a little camper van. I thought it was brilliant. Game makes me laugh.
Alright, I suppose we best wrap this up then. Yeah, that was fun. That was a good podcast.
Yeah.
Tune in this weekend where we'll have our big E3 podcast. We'll we'll focus mainly on the big three, obviously.
Yeah.
Then move on to like little developers here and there, but it should be fun.
I'll probably fanboy about Final Fantasy 15 the whole time.
Yeah, we'll all have something to praise on there, so that'll be good. I guess we'll see you there.
Bye.
Or you will be square.
Fuck off.
I'd rather be there than be square, to be honest, but that's just me.